YouTube world, what's happening? Welcome to Unedited and Uncut. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hey, that guy's not Adam. You're right. I'm the other guy, the other half of this show you haven't gotten to see yet. Now, if you saw Adam's last video, he did a little soft intro for me. My name is Pip. That's P.I.P, the Notorious P.I.P, because there's no one else like me. Now, I'm also going to be stepping in here with Adam, giving you my thoughts, my views, my opinions about everything that's going on in the world of WWE and all of the wrestling. Okay, so now, with that being said, we don't edit anything on our channel. What you see is one take and one cut, and that's it. It's our genuine, raw opinion and video of everything going on in the world. Okay, so my video right now is just a little introduction about myself. You know, like me and Adam, we've known each other for ever now, since we were little kids, and this is what we do all day, is talk about wrestling and what we think is going on. So we figured, why not do it on YouTube? You know, and right now we can't do it together, obviously, because, you know, the world is trying to just catch on fire this year and separate everyone because of COVID-19 and all that stuff. So we're doing our own videos, so you're going to get double the pleasure, double the fun, double the bang for your buck on this channel for right now, until we can do a video together. And we have some ideas of some fun things we're going to be doing throughout this show as we grow on our channel here. You know, for all you lovely people to see some fun and funny and real stuff going on. So now, really quick, I know I'm late, I know I'm behind everything. Just with the reviews, getting this video up so late. I apologize for that, but I'm just going to kind of briefly touch on my thoughts of what happened at the horror show at Extreme Rules, and kind of what I think is going to entail into the coming future here, and some small things. Starting off with the Extreme Rules, number one, I have to say, it was kind of a hit and miss for me. You know, it was ups. It had some good points. It had some really, really low lows. Eye for an eye match. But other than that, it was, it was a solid effort on the show. The show started off with I believe it was the tag team title match. Forgive me if I'm a little off here. Because of being a week ago, I don't have my list of matches in front of me here. But it was the New Day and Cesaro and Shinsuke. And the match was, it left a lot to be desired for what that match could have been. You had four incredibly talented and athletic guys in their own right, and they just didn't deliver on the match. The double table and the power bomb through was cool at the end, but other than that, it was it was a so-so match. And then we had, it was not Alexa Bliss. It was Nikki Cross and Bayley for the SmackDown Women's Championship. And again, another okay match. If I had to I'd give it a solid B rating. It was, grasped my attention enough to string me along, but at the end, it didn't give me that, that pizzazz moment you're looking for in a championship match. Okay, and then we have Apollo Crews' match not happening with MVP, which I was kind of looking forward to, and then MVP crowning himself as the new United States Championship. I like that move on MVP's end, because it's a real heel move to just take something without having to fully earn it in there. And then him with Bobby Lashley, and then we'll kind of touch a little bit on that would happen with Raw. And then we move on into the night. I believe we had Sasha Banks versus Asuka for the Raw Women's Championship. By far the best card, or best match on the entire card. See, now you're going to catch me on that, because I'm not doing another take. That's all one cut. That was the best match on the card. It was all the emotional ups and downs you want in a match. That was what a championship match should have been. That should have been the last match you see on the card on there. And then moving forward, again, the finish. Bayley putting on the ref shirt, counting 1, 2, 3, the bell not officially being rung, again, Sasha taking the title and running. Now, me and Adam were talking about that beforehand, before the pay-per-view happened, and I was saying if Bayley won, Sasha was somehow going to win or get the title, so they both can run both shows, since they have the women's tag titles, they have the women's championships now. So that was a very good finish, in my opinion, to keep something alive and going throughout. Again, building that heel presence amongst the both of them as a group. Now, let's get through the eye for an eye match. What were you thinking, WWE, booking this match? Like, I get it, you want to build something up. You did a really hardcore thing with having Seth Rollins bash Rey Mysterio's eye into the stairs a few weeks ago. That was, it reminded me of the Attitude Era. But the eye for an eye match, just, no. I mean, the match in itself, no. Their actual wrestling match was phenomenal. Fantastic. That was a great, great match, as those two should have had. And then even with the anticipation in there of them trying to gouge the other one's eyes out. But let's get to the finish and swallow this pill here and move along. The fake eye, really, Seth Rollins blowing cream corn or applesauce out of his mouth. Like, it ruined the whole match for me. Now, don't get me wrong, if they would have tried that match in the late 90s, it probably would have gone over very, very well, given that time. But nowadays, that match, it's just, no. That should have been an idea that should have just been slapped out of the way, and they should have just had one of the traditional matches, no holds bar, a falls count anywhere, just a straight up singles match. That would have by far been the show stealer match. But the finishing just makes it really tough to swallow that. Drew McIntyre and Dolph Ziggler, I thought was a fantastic match put together. They put together a quick rival story in a short time, but it made it feel like everything was building for so long with how they built it up. Going, them referencing back to when Dolph Ziggler was with Drew McIntyre when he came back and tried to, get him going, which Dolph Ziggler did get Drew McIntyre going, especially establishing that heel character. And then Drew McIntyre just obviously going over the top on Brock Lesnar to win the title. Now he's the baby face because Dolph Ziggler is the much larger heel in life in the company. Probably one of the best heels in the company, best performer in the company. And in my opinion, if you ask Adam, he might have a different opinion on that. But I will say they really, really, with this match, established Drew McIntyre as a very dominant champion figure by having Dolph Ziggler pick the Extreme Rules stipulation solely for him, while Drew McIntyre has to win in the traditional aspect. And now, a lot of the smart fans out there obviously going, okay, well, Drew McIntyre is obviously going to win, but it gives you that thing of, oh no, is he going to accidentally lose the match for himself? Like when he almost put Dolph Ziggler through the table and he had to hold him up and slam him elsewhere. So you had that little mix, but then him being able to win at the end, which was a clean Claymore kick to finish the match. And that match, it's just pushing Drew McIntyre up and up, and he keeps elevating his game, and he's probably going to be, the face of the company within the next, I'd say, 1 to 2 years. He has just everything with him. He's got the attitude, he's got the size, he's got the athleticism, he's got the character. It's just he has all this great stuff working for him and a bunch of supporting people to help push him up into the next echelon there. And then we have the swamp match. Now, the swamp match was, again, one of those cinematic matches, which they've been doing a lot, which they can get away with a lot right now just because of the no audience, the COVID. It kind of puts you into a different perspective because trying to do that cinematic in front of a live audience, it is tougher. Now, it was interesting to see them with the old Bray Wyatt. I like how they brought him back into play with the old Bray Wyatt. I loved the old Bray Wyatt personally. I loved his, I loved his Hawaiian shirt and the white pants look with the little hat, and then just how he was, how that whole character was. Didn't like how it evolved to after that, but that original incarnation of Bray Wyatt was awesome. And to bring that back and to kind of play that in with Braun Strowman, now they managed to drag out what I think could be a great feud that can go over the next few months, finishing it at one of the larger pay-per-views. Obviously SummerSlam's the next big one, but I think they can go past that and get into like Survivor Series territory, or if they really wanted to stretch it, maybe even Royal Rumble territory. But them going into the match now, Braun pulls up, he gets out and he sees Bray Wyatt in the rocking chair. He disappears, and Braun gets jumped by the goons with the bags over their heads, and then he eventually gets knocked by Bray Wyatt and he wakes up in chains. And now you're thinking, Braun Strowman, monster among men, the dude's like 6'9", like almost 400 pounds. He can just break his way out of that, but give yourself that disbelief and just enjoy the show. Because that's one thing that gets me is everyone knocks on wrestling. It's fake. Of course it's fake. It's all scripted, it's all planned, but it's a show. All your shows you watch that you fall in love with, they're all fake. None of those people are real, but you buy into that story. People bite into all these things you got. People bite into How I Met Your Mother. People bite into Friends, which if you eliminate the laugh track, debatable show. But people bite into all these shows, and then wrestling, everyone knocks. It's a show. It's entertainment. It's sports entertainment. It's not a sport going for a championship. It's to entertain you. So let go of your disbelief, enjoy it, and have some fun. Because that's what it's all about. And that's what I love about, especially with these cinematic matches, they can have a little more fun with it. Just like the Boneyard match that they did, even the Firefly Funhouse match with John Cena, which was fantastic and crazy. And I loved every second of it. I love all that gimmicky shit. So he wakes up in the chains, and if you listen to what Bray Wyatt's saying, what he's talking about, it goes really deep. Bray Wyatt's promos are by far, I think, the best, as far as you have to actually pay attention to him to get what he's saying. You have to really think about it. You might even have to rewind it and watch it again to fully grasp what he's saying to you while he's, doing his thing, which I think no one's better at it than him right now. He's probably the best character performer in the company, especially pulling off 3 renditions of himself. The last person to pull off 3 renditions fantastically was, Mick Foley with Dude Love, Cactus Jack, and Mankind, and even himself. So being able to do that and have those characters distinguished amongst one another is a phenomenal thing. But enough of me rambling, on to the match. So he starts talking a little bit deeper about how, defeating Braun Strowman could help unleash, him out of the Fiend's mind. He's buried in the Fiend's head, to help him, that Bray Wyatt, take over control, because now we're getting the split personality craze. And then, they work their way to fighting up onto the docks. Braun Strowman lights a guy on fire before they even get to the docks. Kind of bringing back the old Braun Strowman, the walking, end of the world that he was, just crushing everything. So he kind of had that laugh and snapped himself out of it. And then we get to the dock, and he sees Sister Abigail on the dock in the whole black, cloak-ish type thing. And lo and behold, surprise, it's actually Alexa Bliss. And I like what they did there with that. I really like how they brought her back into the picture because of the little love story they were trying to build with them when they were doing the mixed tag challenge, when they were Team Little Big. And I like that touchback on that because I think that can help them build that as part of the story, put her into this storyline now with Bray Wyatt and Braun Strowman. And I think that's where they can really stretch this out, as far as maybe Bray Wyatt starts messing with Alexa Bliss in the future, Braun Strowman becomes her protector, or, they build some story in there with her. And I think they did that fantastically as a little soft tease maybe as to what is to come. And in their actual fight, Braun Strowman throws Bray Wyatt into the lake, and then he thinks it's over. They even fool you thinking it's over with the little WWE logo in the corner that's always there at the end of every show. If you're a big fan of the show, you know which logo I'm talking about, because then you're mentally prepare your head to go, okay, this is over. And when I saw that, I was kind of like, oh, okay, it was kind of a ending, but there's nothing really to keep this going. This is a fantastic story. You have two guys with history, keep it going. And then you're just like, you see the logo, it's I was let down. And then surprise, Bray Wyatt's hand, mandible claw right into the old jaw, and then he pulls Bray Wyatt down into the lake. And then Bray Wyatt's in the lake as well. And then as he's trying to get out, you see the water start bubbling, it turns red, and then you see the Fiend reemerge out, which makes me believe that maybe now the Fiend is in full control. And the Fiend, being a lot more maniacal and cynical, can really drag this out and really bring out that monster again with Bray Wyatt, bring back the monster amongst men. Because Braun Strowman being the monster among men. And I really think that Braun Strowman lost a little bit of that monster image that he had. Just crushing everything in his path. I mean, the dude's almost 7 foot. He's almost 400 pounds of solid muscle. I mean, if I was 380 with a 8-pack like he's got, I would be running through everything in life. And that's what he rightfully should be doing. So hopefully that Fiend character can give that push to Braun Strowman to bring back that monster that just walked through everyone in the past. So overall, I thought that was a good pay-per-view. And then they kind of, the next night I didn't really get to catch all of Raw. I caught little snippets of it, unfortunately. Work gets in the way of that sometimes, and I haven't gotten a chance to fully watch it. So just some of the little things I saw, obviously. One, Seth Rollins coming out saying, you made me do this. And, I mean, he's scarred for life. I mean, you ripped a dude's eye out, But also, Adam was saying in his last video about this, where's the disciples at? Where is the following? Where is the cult following of the Messiah? Which is one thing I think that character needs behind it, is that following with him. Wherever he goes, he has that following of people. I know he's got Buddy Murphy there, but where's AOP? And, where's the building of this following? Where I think if he builds up a big following, it could be a great push into something for, him challenging Drew McIntyre for the title, winning it because of his disciples. And then you have Drew McIntyre going on that long chase again, that face chasing the heel to get back what's his, which I think that could be leading to a great story. You see backstage MVP and Bobby Lashley talking to Farouk, and then they land themselves with Shelton Benjamin. Me and Adam are thinking maybe Nation of Domination 2, something along that lines. Who knows, maybe maybe Farouk could come back in a manager role to head that group. You know, maybe they can be Team Damn or something like that. I don't know, but I'm excited to see where that goes. Where they're going with Randy Orton as the Legend Killer again, bringing back that character. I do like that more cynical side, because Randy Orton over the years, he's kind of lost his. He's kind of lost a little bit of his luster to me. I mean, a great performer, probably best in-ring performer of his generation and the next. The dude is phenomenal. He's fluid. And he's that point now where he can do whatever he wants and people are still going to cheer for him because, you know, he's Randy Orton. And that was kind of where the thing is, he could do anything and everyone's just like, yay, Randy Orton. But now bringing back the Legend Killer thing with him, you know, that feud with Edge and then punting Christian and now Big Show bringing that punt back. I think this could be good to revitalize Randy Orton, get him also maybe back into the title runs of everything as well. I mean, it's been a while, I believe, since he's held the championship. So he's just kind of there for, you know, filler matches with some meaning to it, or just being in there to make a match, you know, elevate it to that next level, because that's what he does whenever he steps into a ring with anyone. He elevates it like an elevator, simple as that. So I kind of like where they're going with that. Now, I mean, like I said, I didn't catch a bunch of Raw, so forgive me if I, you know, miss a bunch of things here. I still got to go back and watch it. You know, and then also coming back to, I saw Ricochet came back. Great to see him back in the ring. I really hope that he gets more of a shot again. And same with Mustafa Ali, aka Mufasa Ali. Also probably was supposed to be the SmackDown hacker, which they killed that. But we'll probably get into that in another video of WWE building up something and then just chopping its legs out from underneath it. So that's just kind of my thoughts of Extreme Rules and Raw. Again, sorry if it's a little rambled, a little jumbled together. I'm just trying to cram this all into one video because I'm so behind. But I promise you guys this, okay? We're going to get more on top of it. We're going to be there more up to date. You know, for the meantime, you're going to be seeing 2 videos of me and Adam. You'll probably catch my videos most likely the next day after Adam does his videos, just simply with how I have to schedule everything out. And I promise you this too, you're going to see a lot of fun stuff, especially around pay-per-view times. We'll do our pre-pay-per-view predictions. We're going to, you know, do our reviews. Whoever loses on their predictions, we're going to do probably some crazy challenges, something funny, something stupid, because, I mean, let's be real, that's what's on YouTube is funny, dumb stuff that people just want to kill away right now, especially with everything going on in the world. So, with that being said, that is my episode right now of Unedited and Uncut. I hope you guys thoroughly enjoyed it as much as I have, sharing it with all of you. And please drop a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel. It's super easy. It costs you absolutely nothing to like and subscribe and even comment. Even just a little thumbs up. Anything. It's cost you nothing. And, you know, even if you don't like it, just like it. You know, make our days, make us happy. You know, people need stuff in this quarantine right now to make them happy. Just drop us a like, a quick subscribe, you know, shout out. You know, we'll make sure that we keep bringing you great content and keeping it real, keeping it unedited, keeping it uncut, and keeping it just raw footage. I'm sure you saw me slip up a bunch. And you know what? If you don't like it, beat me in a fight. Come to my house and beat me in a fight if you don't like it. Simple as that. And on that note, I will catch you guys on the flip diddle.